Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I wanted to take some time tonight to film this makeup look for y'all. This is kind of my everyday go to work makeup look that I use, and I did use all the products in my everyday makeup bag, so I will make sure to link that video down below. The only thing that's different is my mascara, because the one that I was using that was in that video started flaking, and I think I've mentioned it before, and it was really sad, but I actually went and got another mascara that I was wanting to try out, and I love it. Can you see? Anyways, I'll tell y'all what it is if y'all keep watching. So like I said, I wanted to show you guys how I do this on a daily basis, and it's really simple, really easy, not a whole lot of products. And yeah, one thing I wanted to tell y'all was, if y'all notice a difference in the quality of the video, I am actually borrowing this camera from a friend because I'm still saving for the one that I really want to be able to film on for you guys. And so he kindly let me borrow this, and it's an HD camera, and I was noticing in the 2 videos that I posted so far that it didn't seem HD, and this is actually the 3rd time that I filmed this makeup tutorial because it was really evident whenever I was doing the shadows and stuff. The color payoff just wasn't what it should have been. So I tried filming it a second time and moving the lights around, and that didn't make the difference that I wanted it to. It was still looking a little bit grainy. So I got with him and we did some research, and it actually ends up that I bought the wrong class of HD card. The guy at Best Buy told me that it was the right one, but he was mistaken. So I got the right one, and hopefully you guys see a better quality in this video than you did in the last 2, because I can tell a difference, but hopefully y'all can as well. Another thing that you'll notice is that right here in this area, if you watch right at the beginning of the tutorial, there is a lamp there, and the lamp moves. I get up and move it in the middle of it because the light just wasn't where I wanted it to be on my face, and I have a window and it was kind of shining, so I wanted to cancel that out. So I moved the lamp kind of over here to be able to get, better color payoff, and also to where, you can see my highlight and things like that. So I did order lights. They should be here in the next 2 days. So y'all will see a difference in the lighting as well, hopefully. But I'm working on it. Like I said, I'm new at this. I just started my channel less than a week ago. So leave comments down below if you have any feedback or any, constructive criticism. I'm open to it, and I want to better my channel, and I want to grow with you guys. And so yeah, if y'all are interested in seeing this look, keep watching, and hopefully you'll like it and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Alright, let's get the hair back and get ready for this tutorial. Why not, right? Hey guys, I am going to go ahead and start with putting on my primer. And this is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. I thought I showed it, but it's not looking like I have that clip in here. So it is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless primer. And I'm singing, and you'll see that throughout the whole video. I tend to sing while I'm listening to music and doing my makeup, so don't mind that. I'm just putting this all over my face, rubbing it in, making sure that it's covering my entire face. And this just helps with making sure the foundation doesn't settle. And then I've got my Nivea Lip Butter, and I put this on just to make sure my lips are moisturized before I put my lipstick on. So I'm gonna put that all over my lips. And now that's my foundation. That is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation in the color 110. I am very fair skinned, so that is the foundation that I'm using, and that is a Real Techniques beauty sponge. I actually just got that. I was a huge Beauty Blender fan, and I actually just bought this at Ulta the other day, and it's so much cheaper. And guys, I'm telling you right now that it works just as well, if not better, than the Beauty Blender. So I would definitely recommend y'all picking this up, because especially if you're on a budget, it's way more affordable than the Beauty Blender is. So I like it, definitely recommend it. And I'm just blending this in, patting it in. I kind of will sweep it over my face in the beginning, and then I'll go back in with the sponge and actually pat it in, just to make sure that it's good coverage all over my face. And now I'm going really fast, so I sped this part up because I was kind of blending in a lot and just making sure that everything was covered. I had just gotten off work when I was filming this, so I look extremely tired, so I was just trying to make sure that everything was looking good. Now we're just moving on. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I use the color Fair Neutral. We've already talked about the fact that your girl needs a tan, so I'm in the lightest shade that they offer, but this is an amazing concealer. It is very good coverage. It's thin, it's not cakey, it doesn't settle. I also use the beauty sponge to put this in. I use the flat side, so if you guys have seen the Real Techniques beauty sponge, then you know what I'm talking about. It kind of has a flatter side and then a pointed side. I use the flatter side when I am putting my concealer on. And I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes and on my lids as kind of a primer for my eyeshadow. And then I also use it to highlight the high points of my face. So as you can see, in the middle of my forehead, on the ridge of my nose, kind of above my cupid's bow, and then on my chin. And throughout this whole video, I kind of sped up when I was on the second side of my face, so you'll see that I didn't want it to be like extremely long, so I kind of sped up the second time I was doing anything. So one eye will be real time and the next side will be sped up a little bit faster. And I'm just blending all of this in, making sure that it blends with my foundation and covers up those hella dark circles I got going on. Like I said, I had gotten off work and was filming this after I got home. And now I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm taking the shade in Lyric, and I'm mixing that with MAC Pro Emphasize, and I'm using a Sephora number 74 blush and contour brush to put that underneath my eyes to set my concealer. I also put it on the high points of my face just to set everything that I put, everywhere I put concealer. And now I'm taking the Makeup HD, or Makeup Forever HD powder, and using that to set my foundation all over my face. And I just use the same brush. I don't really switch it out because I do use the light colors under my eyes, and then this is a translucent powder. So I just use the same brush and kind of set everything really quickly across my face and all that jazz, you know? Alright, now I'm taking the Shade and Light eye palette, and that shade is in the color Laetus. Not really sure how to pronounce that. A lot of the names that Kat Von D picked seem to be pretty Latin, and I'm not sure how they're supposed to be pronounced. But I use this as a transition shade, and that is a Sigma E35 brush. So I use this in my crease. It's a very peachy toned color. I really like it. To me, it's a lot like Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie. So I enjoy it, and plus it's a larger size one in the palette, so it is something that I feel like I can utilize and not run out of it. So, and I'm just going to blend this in, and you'll see me blending a lot. So I actually speed up a lot of the blending process because I don't want to bore you guys with all that. So I'll just keep blending it until I feel like it's blended out enough and has enough coverage, like color payoff on it, and then I will go in with the next color. And do you guys see that hair on my nose? It bothered me the entire time I was editing this video. So now I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette again, but this time I'm going in with the color Latinus. And this is a darker, this is on the neutral palette. The first one was on the warm tone palette. I don't know if y'all know about the Kat Von D palette, but it's actually divided into 3 different palettes. There's a neutral, a warm, and a cool tone. Quad, I guess you'd call it. And the first shadow that I showed you guys that I did as a transition color is in the warm quad. This one is on the neutral quad. And as you can tell, it's a darker brown. And I'm just using this kind of on the outer corner and bringing it in onto the lid and then blending it into the first shade. So I'll continue to blend a lot, and then like you saw, I sped that up, and this eye is super speedy. It's like I'm a magician with my eyeshadow. I really got in there and sped it up. I'm going to go back in with the first shade again with the Sigma E35, and I'm going to blend and blend and blend and some more blending, just to make sure there's no harsh lines and make sure that the colors are seamless. And for some reason the lighting changed, I'm not really sure. Alright, so I'm going into that same palette, which is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, and I am using the color Succubus. It is kind of a yellow toned vanilla kind of shade, and I'm using this kind of as a base because I have a shimmery shade that I'm going to put over it, but I wanted to bring in a lighter shade to make sure that that shimmery shade stood out. So I'm just putting this from the inner corner over into the lid, and I'm going to blend the darker shade back in with it just to make sure that it's all blended out. And I'm going to do that now. And I forgot to mention, this is an Ecotools highlight brush. I got it at Walgreens, I think, so it's very inexpensive, and it works great for this crease blending. It's very dense, and I use it. It kind of keeps the eyeshadow localized, so I enjoy it. And I'm just going in and blending that darker shade. I didn't put any more product on the brush. I'm just literally taking the product that was there and blending it out. So now I'm taking Colourpop Smokin Whistles. It is one of their highlighters. I think it's called a Super Shock Cheek highlighter. And I'm actually just using my finger for this. The consistency of these highlighters is pretty soft, kind of a creamy consistency. So I found that using my finger with applying them has worked best for me, and I'm using that on my lid and taking it into my inner corner. I'm also using it as a brow highlight, and I know you can tell it's kind of going over my transition shade, but don't worry guys, if you haven't noticed, blending is my thing, so I will go back in here in just a second and fix that. So I'm doing the other eye, just adding the highlight in there. And at first I thought I wasn't going to do my brows because I was going to keep this pretty everyday neutral, and then as I was looking at it I was like, I need to do a little bit of brow touch up. So you'll see here in this next clip that I start on my brows. Oh, after I blend. First I blend some more. So just taking that brush without any extra color on it and blending up so that it will blend. I won't have a harsh line from my brow highlight. Smoothing everything out and making sure I clean it up a little bit. And then I decided I needed a little bit more concealer because I looked really tired and I had some kind of some darkness there right underneath my waterline, so I wanted to kind of blend that out and make sure my shadows were cleaned up a little bit. And usually I don't do concealer when I've already put some powder on. In this case I just kind of made an exception because I was using a really light hand with the concealer, and it was just a little bit of cleanup that I wanted to do. So now I'm doing my brows. So this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I use the color Taupe, and I did speed this up. I have a brow product review that I'm going to be doing coming up, and so I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I wanted you guys to kind of see if I'm doing a light brow and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time making sure that they're super precise. I just kind of want to add some color to them. This is what I'll do. I'll just kind of go through quickly and fill them in a little bit and add just a little bit of color, and you know, that's what I'll do on the everyday. If I'm going out or if I have any sort of pictures I'm taking or anything like that, then I'll go a little bit more, spend a little more time and go a little bit darker with the eyebrows, but not in this case. I just kind of went through and darkened them up. So I sped it up for y'all, but you'll see a better video on that coming up. And that brush hair is still on my nose and it's driving me crazy. So now I'm just going back in with some more of the Smokin Whistles and just intensifying that highlight under my brow bone, because when I went in with that spoolie I felt like it kind of took some of the product away, so I wanted to bring it back. And I'm I'm dancing, and I'm blending again, so nothing new here, just going back in and making sure that everything's blended out. Now I am going back into the palette with a Makeup Geek pencil brush, and I'm going back in with the Latinus shade, and I'm actually adding this to my lower lash line. Just gonna focus that from the outer corner all the way into where the highlight starts. So I'm caking this the whole way through, and I'm just blending this out and making sure that there's no super harsh lines down there. And now I'm gonna get super speedy again. I got mad skills. Don't worry about it. Making sure everything's blended out, and then I'm going to go in with a MAC 219 brush and the first shade that I used, which is the one I can't pronounce very well, Laetus, and I'm just going to blend this out even more with that lighter color. And the light changed again, not really sure what's going on. Alright, so I'm going in with the Rocketeur blush, and that is a Real Techniques blush brush, and the blush is from Benefit if you guys have never seen it before. It's a rose gold toned blush, and I love it. It's my everyday blush, and I'm just putting that on the apples of my cheeks and blending it back towards my temples, and I kind of bring it up a little bit into my hairline. I'm just blending that out, making sure there's no harsh lines and making sure that the color is concentrated more so on the apples of my cheeks, but that it's blending backwards smoothly. And now I am going into the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I am mixing two shades together. I'm actually using both shades Shadow Way and Subconscious. And I am using a kabuki brush for this, and what I do is I actually take the kabuki brush at an angle and I kind of do a contour line, but I blend it out. I bring the brush and make it flat, and I blend it out, and then I bring it up towards my temples, and then I'll do in my hairline kind of around my temples as well with it. And I'm just going to blend that out, make sure that everything is seamless and doesn't look super muddy, because that's never good. And now I'm going to do the other side super quickly. And if there's anything that you guys are seeing me do today that y'all want to see a more in-depth video on, definitely let me know. I can show you guys and film that for y'all. I don't know if y'all can see all the baby hairs. Let me just tell y'all, my son likes to grab the hair around my face and pull it out. So I have baby hairs going on, and I'm dancing and jamming. I was obviously listening to a very fun song. Now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring on my nose. I don't usually go super harsh with this, but I do like to do a little bit of it because I'm not a huge fan of like the shape of my nose, and by going in and contouring it out, it kind of gives the illusion of a different shape. So yeah, every person's nose is different, and every person would kind of do this different, but this is what I do with the shape of the nose that I have to just highlight when I want to highlight and give it a shape that I feel more comfortable with. So makeup is a very cool thing. It can give the illusion of a lot of different things that a lot of people don't know about, but contouring your nose is one little trick. I'm just blending all of that out so that nothing's super harsh. I'm going back in with the Colourpop Smokin Whistles, and I'm actually taking the beauty sponge and using the beauty sponge to put on my highlight, because like I said, this is a very creamy consistency, so using the sponge actually makes the application a little bit smoother and less choppy than if I were to use a brush. I'm just going to use my finger and put a little bit on the high point of my nose, And right above my Cupid's bow is next, I think. Yep, right above my Cupid's bow. I'm just going to blend that out. Now I am taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and this is a new mascara for me. I actually just got this the other day, and I am in love. I mentioned it in my intro, I think, but I'm in love. It is an awesome mascara. I don't even wear lashes in this video because I didn't see a reason to. This mascara does a great job. I'm just fixing my hair for you guys. Got a little crazy there when I was doing my contour. Alright, and then speed this part up, do the other eye. Now I'm going to just go into my lower lash line. And I have noticed that this one is a little bit harder to do the lower lashes because the tip of the brush is extremely thick. So it's hard to get in there and actually coat the lashes and not get it on my face. But I do the best that I can. I gotta get it better. I want to get the MAC Giga Black Lash. I have heard a lot of great things about that. So I want to get that for my lower lashes. Just fixing my hair before I go on to my lips. Figured why not. So I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Lippy Sticks and Lippy Pencils in the color Bound. And I needed to sharpen the pencil, so I did the best with what I could, but I did not have a sharpener on me at the time, so. And I'm just going to fill in go around the outer edge of my lips, but then also fill it in with this liner. And that just helps with the longevity of the lipstick and the color payoff of the lipstick. They are meant to go together, so they complement each other. They're not the exact same color, but they're pretty close. And then just going in with the lippy stick, I'm just going to go over that. And that is going to be it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video.